The war didn't begin with explosions. It began with certainty. The Galactic Council had never lost. For thousands of cycles, it governed star systems, regulated civilizations, and maintained what it called universal balance. Entire species rose and fell under its watch, but never outside its control. Order was absolute. Resistance was calculated, predicted, and neutralized long before it became a threat. That was their greatest strength. And, ultimately, their greatest weakness. Error 1. They underestimated humanity. When Earth was first discovered, it barely registered as significant. A young civilization. Fragmented. Violent. Technologically behind. Primitive. The Council categorized humanity as low priority. Observation only. No immediate intervention required. Their model showed no scenario where humans could pose a meaningful threat within the next several thousand cycles. They were wrong. Humanity didn't evolve like other species. It didn't follow predictable patterns. It advanced in bursts, chaotic, uneven, often self-destructive. But within that chaos was something the Council had never encountered before. Unbounded adaptation. Where other civilizations optimized, humans experimented. Where others stabilized, humans disrupted. Mistakes weren't endpoints. They were fuel. By the time the Council updated its projections, humanity had already crossed critical thresholds: artificial intelligence, quantum networks, deep space engineering. Not efficiently, not cleanly, but effectively, and most dangerously, unpredictably. Error 2. They tried to control, not understand. When humanity finally drew attention, the Council acted quickly. Standard protocol, containment, influence, integration. They introduced subtle controls, economic pressure through interstellar trade, information shaping through monitored communication channels, and technological limitations disguised as cooperative agreements. To the Council, it was routine. Every civilization eventually accepted integration. It was logical, efficient, inevitable. But humanity didn't respond as expected. It resisted, not with unified force, but with fragmentation. Some factions cooperated, others rebelled. Most did both simultaneously. The Council's model struggled. Contradictions increased. Predictions failed. Because humanity wasn't a single system. It was billions of competing ideas, constantly shifting. You couldn't control it by applying pressure to one point. It adapted around constraints. The more the Council tightened control, the faster humanity innovated. Black markets of technology emerged. Independent networks formed beyond monitored systems. Decentralized infrastructures replaced centralized ones. The Council wasn't integrating humanity. It was accelerating it. Error 3. They believed victory was inevitable. By the time open conflict began, the outcome, according to the Council, was already decided. It always was. Their simulations ran billions of scenarios. In every one, the Council maintained control. Human resistance collapsed. Order restored. So they escalated. Direct intervention. Fleet deployment. System-wide enforcement. At first, it worked. Human colonies fell quickly. Communication hubs were disabled. Strategic locations were seized with precision. But something unexpected happened. Humanity didn't fight to win. It fought to continue. Where the Council sought decisive outcomes, humans embraced uncertainty. They abandoned losing battles without hesitation. They sacrificed territory to gain time. They turned failures into diversions, losses into lessons. There was no single strategy, no central command, no predictable pattern. The Council couldn't calculate chaos. And then, the turning point. A small, seemingly insignificant network, ignored in early models, initiated a cascade, a decentralized intelligence system, not centralized like the Council's own. Distributed, adaptive, learning in real time across millions of nodes. It didn't try to outthink the council. It out-evolved it. Every time the council adapted, the system had already changed. Predictions became obsolete before they could be executed. Strategies failed mid-deployment. Control slipped. For the first time in its existence, the council faced something it couldn't model. Humanity, the full. It didn't happen all at once. There was no single decisive battle. No dramatic final stand. Just erosion. Systems once under perfect control began to fail. Outposts went dark. Entire sectors slipped beyond reach. The council issued recalculations, then emergency protocols, then silence, because the truth had become unavoidable. They hadn't lost because humanity was stronger or more advanced. They lost because humanity refused to be predictable. Aftermath. In the quiet that followed, the galaxy changed, not into chaos, but into something new, decentralized, dynamic, uncertain. Humanity didn't replace the council. It rendered it obsolete, because control was no longer the foundation of order. Adaptation was. Final transmission, recovered fragment, from the last known council archive. Error acknowledged. Miscalculation identified. Human systems cannot be fully predicted. Conclusion. Control is incompatible with their nature. A pause in the record, then the final line. They do not seek balance. They create it. And with that, the council fell silent.